Cartoon Network 64! With Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends getting a reboot next year, I figured now would be the time to talk about this show. I'm surprised how long it has taken me to get to the show. I don't mean for this marathon, it's episode 22. I'm talking about my channel. I've had this channel for, what, a decade now? And I've never done a video on Fosters. Which is strange because I grew up with the show, and I dressed as Mac in 5th grade, like for Halloween. I watch this show a lot, so I don't know why I never bothered making a video on this show. I mean, the show is good, right? Well, unfortunately, this is another one of those disappointments. I'm sorry, but this show did not age well. This is not the worst Cartoon Network show that's ever been made, but this is probably the biggest disappointment in the whole marathon. I mean, when it comes to the Problem Solvers, I never grew up with it, so me hating the show like that has no effect on me. But Fosters? It was made by Craig McCracken, the guy who previously created the Powerpuff Girls, and his wife, Lauren Faust, would later create Friendship is Magic. So what is Fosters about? Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends is about Mac, an 8-year-old child that visits Foster's every day to see his imaginary friend Bloo Q Kazoo. Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends is this giant house that is filled with all different types of imaginary friends. Tall ones, small ones,
unimaginative ones. Some kids aren't that creative, so they just copy what they see on TV. What are you gonna do?
It's filled with everything imaginable. The characters are like snowflakes. No two are alike. I love the designs for the characters in the show. This was Cartoon Network's first ever Flash animated show. Before you say, what about Mucha Lucha? That's technically not a Cartoon Network original. That was from Warner Brothers. Regardless, the Flash in Fosters is really good, and they use the animation pretty well, except for Blue. Notice how he has no arms. He only gets them out to randomly pick up objects, making the animation cheap and easy to produce. Heck, the pilot episode points out that he looks like a Pac-Man ghost. Rule of thumb, if your pilot episode points out the problems with your character designs, then that means it's a bad design. Pickle and Peanut did the exact same problem.
Before I die, you should know something!
What is it, pal?
What's up with your headband? You don't even know how to play tennis!
Ooh, look at me! I'm Miss... shut up, stupid!
Blue's design is more than likely like that because it's cheap and easy to produce, and probably why he's used so much despite him being an asshole, but we'll get to that later. Apparently this show was inspired by Craig and Lauren when they adopted 2 dogs from an animal shelter, and they thought they could come up with a show based on that but with imaginary friends. In this universe, children are mighty and powerful gods that can make life exist just by having a thought. I'm not exaggerating by that statement, and kids have no limits. You think kids with Pokemon are powerful? That's nothing compared to this. Kids with imaginary friends have unlimited power. They can make anywhere from just one friend to infinity. Like this one girl named Goo could just talk about imaginary friends and they appear.
You know what would be amazing? What if it was orange? What? Oh, what about if it had wings? Or what if it was a girl?
Let me be clear, the premise for Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends is fantastic. One of the best premises that I have ever heard of for a cartoon. But, how do I want to put this? It's executed terribly. Now, some shows can have good premises and make you want to create your own stories with them. Like Madoka Magica. Then there's Foster's, a great premise done so wrong that you want to talk about it for most of the review. The show has bad world building. What's wrong with Foster's premise? Well, how about the fact that Mac is one of the most unimaginative kids ever? You can literally make up an imaginary friend in this universe to get you out of any situation. Yet, for whatever reason, Mac doesn't come up with an imaginary friend to help him in situations. Here's an example. In Can't Keep a Good Mac Down, there's a part where they don't have any food. All Mac has to do is imagine an imaginary friend that can give infinite food and their problems are solved. It's been proven time and time again that imaginary friends could just be food. In Dinner is Swerve, Mac and Blue are stuck on the roof / various high rooms and can't get downstairs to the dining room to eat dinner. Why can't Mac just invent a teleportation friend to get him and Blue to the dining room? Hell, it's been proven that imaginary friends can travel through time!
So, you wish to adopt time-traveling Tina? We shall sorely miss the many fantastic weekly adventures we took with her through time.
Mac can also invent a teleport imaginary friend when Blue kidnaps him and busts the 2 of us, but doesn't for whatever reason. In Emancipation Complication, Mac can just create an imaginary friend that can tell which pen that Abraham Lincoln is. I should probably bring this up right now. For the entire series, Mac has only ever created 1 imaginary friend, just being Blue. Hell, his brother created 2 imaginary friends, and his brother doesn't even like him.
That's it. I need pizza! Howdy-do! I
Strong and really big so as he can smash those guys.
Smash.
Oh, awesome! I done did it! Your name can be green, no, red.
Red.
How do I want to talk about how stupid this is? This would be like if in Pokemon the series, Ash only having Pikachu and never having another Pokemon with them. That's stupid! This problem that I have can even extend into Coco. In the episode My So-Called Wife, it's been proven that Coco can lay actual money in literally any object ever, making me question why some episodes have fosters have financial situations. There are rules that every show needs to have. They can be any rule that you want, but you need to establish them to the audience, because when you don't establish rules, you can go in any direction. Because children in this universe have unlimited power, there is no need for any kind of conflict because all a child has to do is come up with a certain imaginary friend to get them out of any situation. It kind of ruins the immersion of the show, knowing that kids can solve anything at any time. When creating a world that isn't our world, you need to spend time on world building before you even start writing the season finale. And you need to write the season finale before you write the pilot episode. This is how professional writing is done, to avoid plot holes like this. A show can have me forgive plot holes if it can have amazing characters, and it's not a good ratio for the characters. I think it's best to start with the bad ones before the good. I am going to start with Mac. He's the only exception. I bring him up first since he is the protagonist. He's a fine character. Fun fact, the show came out on my 8th birthday. They say that it was Mac's birthday when the show started, so I 100% believe that Mac was born the same day as me, since he's 8 in the show. Mac is sadly a torture porn character. Most of the episodes of this show are him being some sort of punching bag. In Go Goo Go, it starts with him climbing a tree by himself to get a sled of Bloo in the middle of June, and then he starts falling from the tree with him screaming, and Bloo just drinking a juice, doing nothing and not caring.
1, how did you get an 8-man toboggan stuck in a tree? And 2, why do you need it right now in the middle of June?
1, it's a long story and I don't want to bore you with the details. And C, you just gotta trust me.
Thanks for the help. Ow!
The same episode has him telling Goo to go home, and she doesn't listen to him multiple times.
Jeez, Mac. If you wanted me to stop, you could have just said so.
And she acts like that for over a year, tormenting Mac. And Mac then gets guilt tripped when she fixes his backpack after a year, because apparently a clueless human can be redeemed after one good deed. For some reason, this show decided to have Mac fall in love with Frankie, and Frankie, my dear, this 8-year-old child falls in love with 22-year-old Frankie.
How old did you say you were?
I'm 22!
I've seen other shows do this but better, like Gravity Falls concerning Dipper and his crush on Wendy. That worked because Dipper felt like he knew it wasn't gonna happen and he talked to Wendy about it. Okay, I'm looking at the script right now and I just realized that I typed in Wendy by mistake. It's a cute, innocent little joke. But no, Mac thinks he has a serious chance with her. That's what the whole episode is about, and it's kind of creepy. And no, that's not the last time he has that crush on her. One addition to Mac that I hate is the fact that when he eats sugar, even the tiniest little bit, he becomes crazy. And now we get to Bloo. According to the show, imaginary friends act like the creators, or even look the same. If that's the case, then Mac did not imagine Bloo. Bloo is an asshole. It's what people remember most about this show. He's a narcissist that gloats about being the best while not showing anything good about himself, but doesn't give a shit about anyone else.
My name's Blue. I'm the best around.
In one false movie, after Bloo humiliates Mac with him changing a video of Max without permission, Mac somehow gets to make a movie, and then after Bloo spends the school's budget on a beret, he forces Mac to get $3 million for him, and guilt-tripping Mac as well.
Was that Tom Hanks? How did you get him?
Oh, right. I need $3 million more.
What?
Do you want to let your school down? Because that's what it sounds like.
This forces Mac to start stealing from Matt Foster, and the worst part about all this is that Mac didn't even win the contest. A lost clause has Bloo being petty for only getting one Christmas present, causing Harriman to cancel Christmas. Although I will admit, how he does it is funny.
It's me, your old business partner.
Who?
Bob Marley!
you mean Jacob Marley?
Never mind.
Blue can't stand someone being better than him, and Blue done it. And the less I say about Blue's the boss, the better, as well as who let the dogs in. When they do take Blue down a peg, it's usually a torture porn episode for him as well, like everyone knows it's Bendy, where this imaginary friend named Bendy continually gets Blue, Eduardo and Coco in trouble for them doing nothing wrong. I think the worst of this is Ticket to Ride, where Blue enters a contest and stays up all night to the morning waiting for a special chime, and wouldn't you know it, goes to the bathroom leaving Mac to hear it and Frankie answer the question. And neither Mac or Frankie think Blue should go. Frankie even rubs it in Blue's face that he couldn't even win because he wasn't 18 or older.
That was pointless.
More often than not, Blue just annoys me. The worst of this was Blue 2. Because Blue can't go to a water park because of a thunderstorm, the friends inside decide to do indoor activities while Blue has a pity party and sulks the whole episode. Boo-hoo, I can't go to the water park. Fuck off. The only good thing about BlueTube is that was my introduction to YouTube. Even though the first video that I ever watched on YouTube was Lego Mario, but whatever. At least this episode introduced me to the website. Mac being a nerd? Perfect time for Blue to make fun of him as well as getting others to laugh at him.
You're a nerd too.
And let's not forget that Blue forces imaginary friends to work 7 days straight in cookie dough.
Okay, break time over. Everyone back to work.
But we weren't on break. We've worked 6 days straight.
Let's make it 7.
I could go on with Blue, but we really need to focus on the other characters. How about the women? I'll be blunt, they suck. All of the female characters are awful. Let's start with Frankie. A lot of people say she's a good character. I don't see it at all. It's probably because she's hot and nothing else. While she may not have the most annoying voice on the show, her personality is just garbage. In setting a precedent, when Frankie makes a bunch of promises as president of the household to beat Harriman for not treating the imaginary friends fairly, prompting Frankie to win, she gives up the presidency when she finds out that she doesn't make as much money as president as opposed to her normal job.
Here's your first paycheck for House President.
Wait a second, this is less than I earned for my old job.
Oh, I forgot. Here's your bonus.
After much thought, I've decided to give you back your old job as House President.
And Frankie never told any of the 1,287 imaginary friends that voted for her that she quit and gave up on her promises, meaning that Harriman will make everything strict again just like how things were. But it's all okay. Frankie can make a couple more bucks now. You make the slanderous song that was about you the more correct.
Frankie, Frankie, Frankie. She's ugly, fat, and stanky. Frankie, Frankie, Frankie.
She's mean and old and cranky.
Frankie, Frankie, Frankie.
She wants Rob to Frankie.
Harriman, Harriman, Harriman. He's a very merry man. Harriman, Harriman, Harriman.
He's not at all a scary man.
The worst of this was Destination Imagination, where she skips responsibility and her job for weeks just to live in this imaginary toy chest again, Harriman's wishes with a kid that is very irredeemable. World, which is a stupid name by the way, tries to kill Mac, Blue, Eduardo, Coco, and Wilt on several occasions.
Intruders! Intruders! Run! You do not belong here! Return to your world immediately!
Take us home, hero.
If I had to guess, I'd say he must be having an adverse reaction to all that sugar. Or should I say, sleeping powder!
And Frankie still trusts World knowing this, and getting mad at the gang for rescuing her.
Oh, I get it. You didn't come to rescue me because you missed me. You missed all the stuff I used to do for you.
I really hate it when people put words into other people's mouths.
You saw what he does? He's gonna pulverize us! He'll pulverize everyone in Foster's! Heck, he might even pulverize the whole world!
And that's the truth. And it's like the only time that Blue says something very intelligent towards Frankie.
I'm not brainwashed.
No, you're just really, really, really dumb!
Duchess is also garbage, and probably more than what the writers wanted. I get it's supposed to be a character for us to hate, but she's not fun like Jafar or Aku. Duchess is a bitch that just annoys me, although I do love her paper effect whenever she turns her body. It feels like something straight out of Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door, which came out the same year as this show. Goose sucks. Mac's message to her is terrible and I want to rip it to shreds.
Imaginary friends are real friends. They like you for who you are. Just look at me and Blue. He's my best friend ever. Wilt and Eduardo and Coco, they're the greatest friends in the world. And they're all imaginary.
Why yes, kids, don't bother making real human friends. Just keep making imaginary friends. Get to know them better than real people. Yes, she makes friends off screen, but keep in mind, off screen. If you develop your characters off screen, That's not development. Show don't tell. On that note, you need to make real friends. I did have an imaginary friend growing up named Miss Pillin. She was invented for me to beat someone at in board games, since no one else wanted to play with me. Want to know how I got past that? I made real friends. Whose shtick are talking super fast while not taking a break and being very loud and super annoying. Can you imagine if I did a review like this entirely? It would be annoying as fuck.
A Chimbani rucksack. It's a late 13th century satchel used by the Gilly-Cactuli people of Eastern Europe for transporting goat liver, steelweed, and sometimes persimmons. I said there was one. Why would I say there's one if there wasn't one? It's completely opposite and contradictory. Like if I went to get ice cream and wanted chocolate, but instead I asked for vanilla. Or not even vanilla, like rum raisin or pineapple or listen to me with extra special hearing. Because there was a system in place to make Adopt a Thought Saturday run super smooth and super.
Bloo is not the only one with an annoying speech pattern. Hi, Coco. Coco. Oh, what? You didn't understand what I said? Well, that's 100% of her dialogue. They were able to make Schnitzel's Rada from Chowder funny.
Rada.
Coco's isn't funny because there's no speech pattern to it. It's just Coco this, Coco that. Also, when Schnitzel does Rada, he shows actual exaggeration. Coco does not. She's not good enough with the animation expression. Like, take Minions for example. The reason why the Minions stick works is because they're able to exaggerate with their animation. Because Coco looks too stiff and the same, I can't tell what she's like. Not helping is that there are no subtitles, so how the fuck was I supposed to understand her? Actually, about these girls, this show also has a sexism problem. I don't mean it's created by a misogynist, I mean it's created by a misandrist. Craig McCracken honestly has the Butch Hartman style in writing sexes. They make men look like idiots or servants to women, while all the women are bitchy and whiny.
They're called extremosauruses. These vicious and destructive imaginary friends are created by jerky teenage boys. We gotta keep them locked up because, boy, are they nasty. So, be careful.
Why yes, only boys would create dangerous imaginary friends. No girl would ever do that. Girls are made of sugar, spice, and everything nice. Whereas boys are made of snips, nails, and puppy dog tails.
Side, Coco's a girl, and she's been living with a bunch of sweaty, smelly boys. Coco! Exactly. Who snore?
Funny that Coco never had this problem until Frankie encouraged her to be sexist. Okay, yes, again, also Craig and Lauren, I don't think they're misandrous, but their writing shows that they are, at least in fiction. In real life, they're not, but in the fiction, yes. I don't know why in animation we have to have these sexism stories. It feels like we get these kinds of plots for every show for at least one episode, where someone acts out of character and sexist for no reason. Can we please stop these plots, please? Like, it's usually like the worst episodes for any of these shows. But the worst character on the show is Mac's mom. She does not know where Mac is. Like, Mac keeps disappearing at random places, and yet she doesn't even bother trying to figure out where he is, which is bad parenting. Like, that's child negligence. And Mac goes all over the place. One episode has Frankie driving Mac home on the bus after Mac gets pneumonia. So what does Mac's mom say when she sees her son being driven home by a complete stranger in a vehicle that she does not know about? Oh, nothing. It's done completely off screen. In Good Will Hunting, Mac is traveling across the country with the gang on a bus, and even at one point in a private jet plane to Japan. Hell, Mac in the Christmas episode, Flower goes out on Christmas Day to Foster's without telling his mom anything. There's an episode where Mac was supposed to go to Europe for a full week, and when asked how it was all approved, Coco just says her Coco bullshit. So we, the audience, don't get an actual explanation. This isn't something like the Krabby Patty secret formula where it's not mandatory to know what that is to understand the show. I need to know where Mac's mom thinks Mac is. It can even be something small like Mac sleeping over at Foster's. How did the mom allow that?
Why did I agree to sleep over? Why?
No, the question shouldn't be, why did I agree to sleep over? The question should be, how was I able to sleep over? If something happened to Mac, wouldn't the mom have to come there on an emergency basis? We never see Mac's mom's face in the show, and yet she's the worst character. Mac doesn't even tell her where he is. It's revealed in Infernal Slumber that Mac never told his mom, so everything that I just mentioned was before this episode. And this show has actual continuity, which makes this even worse.
Guys, you don't understand. This is really serious. My mom doesn't know I go to Foster's every day. If she wakes up and sees you here, she'll know and she might never let me go back.
Although, to be honest, Mac constantly going to Foster's is just not interesting. Imagine if in Ruby Gloom, instead of Ruby actually living at that house, she would just visit it every day after school at 3 p.m. Would that make the show better? No, it would be worse. I would honestly like this show more if Mac just lived at Foster's like Frankie. But the worst aspect of the mom is this.
You're 8 years old, and you still have your imaginary friend. It's time you got rid of Bloo. What?
I'm sorry, Mac. I just think it's time. You need to grow up and be a big boy.
Mac is 8. He's still a little kid. If Mac was Terrence's age, I would understand this more. But he's not. He should still be allowed to have Blue. If his mom said Blue's too destructive, or we can't afford Blue, or even the apartment that we live in doesn't allow imaginary friends, that would have been a better explanation. And yes, for that last one, it's been proven that imaginary friends can't go to certain places. And his mom says that Terrence picks on Mac because he's still holding on to Blue. What? I'm not kidding. The pilot constantly keeps bringing up that if Mac sends Blue away, Terrence will stop picking on him. But wouldn't you know it, Terrence still bullies Mac. If anything, Mac should still keep Blue because he could offer support and even protect Mac from his torment. A parenting plan you have there, bitch. In Room with the Feud, we see a kid older than Mac adopt an imaginary friend. So what the mom says makes even less sense. It must suck being 9 years old in fiction. You're too old to have an imaginary friend, but too young to be a Pokemon trainer. Okay, we can relax now. I'm talking about the good stuff now. Despite all that I complain about with this show, there is good to it, like actual good episodes and good characters. The best character of the show is Wilt, hands down. No competition. To the point I wish the show was about him. He is the biggest sweetheart that we don't deserve in this world.
Well, no offense to Blue, but he can't hit that hard. Sorry, was that mean? That was mean. I take it back. Blue's awesome!
Good Will Hunting showed through and through what kind of character he is. His kindness can lead him to good things, but it can also cost himself his own desires. But at the same time, he has too good of a conscience, he just wants to do the right thing. Hell, the villain that he goes against, the basketball guy who's voiced by Kevin Michael Richardson, he's a nicer guy to reform than World. And keep in mind, the basketball guy broke Wilt's arm and made him lose his eye. Is a guy that makes someone lose an eye and a limb nicer than a child god? Eduardo is also a really fun character. Goes to show that Tom Kenny is a good luck voice acting charm. And man, as a kid, I never would have guessed he was the voice of SpongeBob.
Mac, Blue, this is Eduardo, and he's one of the sweetest and kindest friends we've got here at Foster's. He wouldn't hurt a fly.
See, I'm too scared of them anyway.
Ready! I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
On top of that, he's just so entertaining. Even though I trashed on Destination Imagination, the biggest strength was Eduardo. He's the one that goes to an arc, learn that it's okay to be scared when doing brave stuff. It shows that you're even more brave. Even Blue admires him for this.
My hero.
And also Jackie Cones. He's the most chill guy there, but has his limits. Like with Will of all guys.
Except for Wilt. That sucker don't get squat. I'm gonna have to cut this short, y'all. I think I hear Tabby coming.
And also there's this.
I dare you to eat a hot dog without mustard.
I'm out.
I really love the episode Good Will Hunting, where we get to see all the creators for the Imaginary Friends, even giving us a flashback to how Eduardo was made.
I was a little girl who grew up in a dangerous neighborhood. I needed someone to scare all the bad guys away.
Also, haha, Coco was created by nerds.
Correction. She was discovered by nerds. Oh, and we're not nerds.
On that note, the best episode is Squeeze the Day, where Mac and Blue spend the day together alone in the house, just having fun with each other. They also wreck the kitchen and eat everything. This show has a thing like Family Guy and SpongeBob, where each show's worst and best episodes are actually very similar plot structure and joke-wise. Worst Family Guy episode? Fresh Air, about Carter giving his inheritance away. Best Family Guy episode? Regarding Carter, about Carter giving his inheritance away. Worst SpongeBob episode? Truth or Square, celebrating SpongeBob's anniversary. Best SpongeBob episode? Birthday Blowout, celebrating SpongeBob's anniversary. Worst Foster's episode? Imposter's Home for, making my pals. About Blue and someone else eating everything in the kitchen making a mess. Best Foster's episode? Squeeze the Day, about Blue and someone else eating everything in the kitchen making a mess. I really want to come back to this show someday and make a couple reviews on it. Sure, there are a lot of bad episodes. Go, Goo Go, Blue Tube, Everyone Knows It's Bendy, Imposter's Home for Making Up Pals. No, I didn't start, by the way. That's actually the ingenious title. I only have a surprise for you. Bye Bye Nerdy, Can't Keep a Good Mac Down, Destination Imagination, Infernal Slumber, Ticket to Rot, and so many more. But there are also good episodes. Good Will Hunting, Bad Dare Day, Mac Daddy, My So-Called Wife, Squeeze the Day, Store Wars, Worldwide Wabbit, Seen Red, Blues Brothers, and Beat with a Stick. So yeah, it's a 4 out of 10 show. It's a C tier, same grade that I would give Dexter's Laboratory and Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur.
Coming up next, it's I Hi Puppy Ami Yumi on Cartoon Network.